Oh, I gotta go one other place. One other place, people. Let me do that. Gotta go to my other page. All right, good morning. Gotta go here. That's right, gotta do that. All right, there we go. All right, my beautiful people, man. Good morning to you. Good morning. It's a scintillating Sunday. Your boys just bring you guys some more content, man. Get it out early. Early bird gets the worm. I really love going on early because I'm able to find the people who are serious about changing their life. Typically they're up, they couldn't sleep or they slept long enough, and now they're like, man, I'm looking for answers. I'm looking for solutions, and I love being the first person. I love being early. I can really find serious people that are unlike everybody else who's still, wallowing in the bed, tossing and turning and all that good stuff, man. Good morning to you, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Black Money and Power Show. I'm your boy ERGJ, man. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a little information that I think will be valuable to you about how my Uber experience changed my life. The reason why I want to talk about this morning because what I find is that there are things that come into our community that are quote unquote opportunities, and many of us jump on these quote unquote opportunities. And while we're jumping on those opportunities, we don't realize that we are actually settling for peanuts. That's right, settling for peanuts. And I'm gonna share with you how I kind of figured this out, and then I used it to shift the way that I think, shifted the way I think, and then also shifted what I did as far as my actions, because you got to change this first. You got to change your mind first before you can change anything else. And then I came to a realization that, man, instead of Ubering or lifting for the man, I can Uber and I can Lyft for myself. That's right, man. Instead of Ubering and lifting for the man, I can Uber and Lyft for myself, and I'll be sharing that with you guys today. I'll be sharing that with you today. Now, I'm also going to be sharing a poem with you guys today, and we're also going to do our daily motivation. So y'all know what time it is, man. Time to get this show on the road, man. Mr. DJ, you know what time it is, brother. Let's get this party jumping. Hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. Yeah. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
It's called Carter. I know that's right. Absolutely, man. All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street, the Black Money and Power Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That book there is a study of Black wealth. That book there is a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today. And I just truly believe, by my beautiful people, that if you want to be wealthy, because it's a big if, Black wealth is a Black choice. Everybody don't want to be rich. Everybody don't want to be debt-free. I'm just telling you that if you do, I recommend you begin that journey. You begin it by studying wealthy people. Everybody put in the console hashtag study wealthy people. That is such a great point. She said, if you do the math, that's a big if too, right? If you do the math, man. And you can pick up your copy at theblackbillionairesclub.com. That's right, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your hard copy or the ebook if you like to do that. You can also pick up the book in French. It's available in French and audio and also ebook as well for my brothers and sisters of the diaspora. theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Order your copy today. Today's episode is being sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, where we specialize in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also natural personal care products, and also Black art inspired gifts. Man, I was thinking about this morning how cold it's getting. In case you guys don't know, we do have personal care products. Just come to the website at ergjblackbazaar.com, ergjblackbazaar.com. Click on personal care, and you'll see we got herbal bath, body, and hair kit. That's right. You're going to be able to get your black soap, your liquid black soap. You can get your herbal shampoo. You can get your natural moist conditioner. You can get that raw shea butter lotion. And you can also get that oil and moisturizer, which I believe is the magic, that oil and moisturizer. You get that whole kit for $45, okay? So you don't got to be, you ain't got to be all cracked up just because it's getting a little cold. Make sure you take care of yourself and your skin, the skin that you're in. Go ahead and check us out, our Doodle Assume collection, which is from Nigeria at ERGJBlackBazaar.com. That's right, ERGJBlackBazaar.com. Go ahead and shop black, because once you shop black, people, you never go back. That's right, man. Once you shop black, you never go back, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Let us know where you connected from, what city, what state, what country, quite possibly. We're broadcasting right here across the Not yet. You're going to help me out. Somebody help me out with some Spanish. He said, no español. No, me no speaking that. Me le pico en español. I need some help. I did find someone I was going to get it translated to Spanish, so we will work on that. We got to work on that next, okay? We're going to work on that. 2020, the Spanish version is coming out, okay? So, city and state, and also country broadcast across the World Wide Web. So we realized that people could be tuning in from wherever. Who knows where you're tuning in from, but I like to know. We're broadcasting right here out of Atlanta, actually Decatur, Georgia. Decatur, where it's greater, our virtual studio. This is our headquarters, man. But let us know where you're connected from. Rep your city. That's right, rep your city. Well, guys, we're going to get right into this thing, man, because we're going to begin with our daily motivations for African-American success. That's right, daily motivations for African-American success. And this comes from the book written by a Black author, Mr. Dennis P. Kimbrough, one of my favorite authors, Mr. Dennis P. Kimbrough, Daily Motivations for African-American Success. And today's title is Stand and Deliver. That's right, Stand and Deliver. And we have our quote of today. It comes from O.J. Simpson, who was a pro football great. Mr. O.J. Simpson says this, and I quote, "The day you take complete responsibility for your life is the day you start to the top." The day you take complete responsibility for your life is the day you start to the top. How many guys are watching right now? You have begun that journey. You're saying, you know what? No more blame game. I'm taking complete responsibility for my life. I'm taking complete responsibility for where I'm going. I'm taking complete responsibility for what I acquire. I'm taking complete responsibility for my life. In fact, Black products have a higher quality, and it seems as well as healthier. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Miss Official Empress of Blues out of Instagram, broadcast across Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube this morning. Here's our motivation of the day. Here's our passage. Y'all know what time it is. Time for us to get it. Let's read. Truer words were never spoken. Now, we live in a society where many people refuse to accept total responsibility for their lives. And they blame others or circumstances outside their control for their current situation. Now, they look outward for scapegoats and seldom look inward to find solutions within themselves. The victim mentality is detrimental to success and happiness because it denies the tremendous power within each of us to substantially direct our lives and destinies. Success is not something that randomly happens to you. It is not an accident. Rather, success springs from within. Everybody put it down. So success springs from within. It begins with the right mental attitude, and it is achieved through persistent action. If your business, your job, or your life is not going in the direction that you wish, do not point fingers. The problem is not your boss, not your spouse, or your employer. It is you. Simply look in the mirror, and you will see the person responsible for your station in life. This is not to say that you have control over every facet of your life. You don't. But you do choose your response to each event, good or bad. Your present thinking and actions or lack of actions have brought you to where you are today. At this point, you might begin to blame yourself for all the opportunities you've missed in life. Careful now. Blame is useless and will drag you down. Everybody put in the comments below. Blame is useless and drag you down. Instead, begin with a clean slate and focus on what you can do now to move in the desired direction. Now that begs the question, brothers and sisters, what can you do now to move in your desired direction? Now, I want you to understand that the thing that you can do now has to be more than talking about it. It's got to be more than just simply praying about it. I mean, that's a good start. Maybe pray about it, I guess. But what can you do now? This is action. And we got to be about that action, boss. What can you do now? Now, that's a great question to ask. If you were to ask, you wake up in the morning and you like, man, my life is not going. I don't like where I'm at, whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. Man, a great question to ask yourself in your prayer time or whatever, your meditation time or whatever, your study, all that good stuff. See, when we ask great questions, we begin to get great answers. What can I do now to move in my desired direction? Now, I want to take that statement and break it down a little bit. First, we have to determine where we want to go, where we want to be. That's your desired direction. If you don't know where you want to go, then asking yourself the question is not going to help, because you need to determine a destination point. Where you want to go, right? Where do you want to be, right? You got to determine that. That's the end of the GPS. You got to put the coordinates in. You got to put the destination in so you can get the coordinates. And then you can ask the question, because then you'll begin to, the universe, God himself will begin to unfold to you how to get there. Got to start asking good questions. Learn the aerodynamics, mathematics. That's what you want to do? All right now. I don't know what all that is. Something about the sky and all that good stuff in mathematics. We better get it, girl. Right? So the destination or the direction is so important, so you can ask the right question on how to get there. And here is our affirmation of the day. Here's what we want to allow to take root into our heart, our subconscious. Then we can grow and develop this thing by repeating it over and over and over again until it brings forth a harvest into our life. Repeat after me. I will now take responsibility for my future. I will now take responsibility for my future. It's the math applied to the lottery machine. I know that's right. You better learn that thing. Hit that lottery, right? I will now take responsibility for my future. Now, it's a Sunday. And here's what I find. Many people, they allow their day to run them instead of them running their day. They allow their week to run them instead of them running their week. They allow their month to run them instead of them running their month. They allow their year to run them instead of them running their year. And then they allow their decade. We're coming to the end of a decade. Don't you know there's some people who allowed the decade to run them, 10 years to run them instead of them running the decade? And we can go on and on and on, because we know there's some who continue, who 20 years later, they're still allowing life to run them. 25 years, 50 years later, they're still allowing life to run them instead of taking full responsibility for their life. I mean, what is it like to be a 55-year-old crybaby? 60 years old, you're still blaming the world. I mean, come on now. I will now. Everybody putting comments on now. I will now. See, you got to start now. You can't say I'm going to put it off to later. I'm going to get around to it tomorrow. I might pick it up next week. It got to start now. Taking responsibility for your life, your future. I mean, isn't your life worth it? Isn't it worth you taking responsibility for you and where you want to be and where you want to go and what you want to have and what you want to study and what you want to contribute to society, what you want to do? I mean, aren't you worth it? See, last week on Wednesday, we did a broadcast. It was stated, I choose me. And that broadcast was so profound. simply making the decision to choose you, and in the midst of choosing you, choosing to take responsibility for you and your thoughts, your emotions, your thinking, your actions. I choose me, and I choose to take responsibility. See, good book says it like this: to whom much is given, much more is required. To whom much is given, much more is required. And if you haven't been given much, you wonder why? Because you haven't managed well that which you do have, right? That which you have been given. Take full responsibility now. Again, let's do it one more time for the people in the back. Our affirmation today. It's time to say it with some conviction so the whole world knows that you mean it. Repeat after me. I will now take responsibility for my future. Now, I see this often. I see many of us trying to take responsibility for everybody else's future but our own, especially little ladies. Now, I get it. You got a good heart. You want to see everybody win. But how about we see you win and then everybody else? You spend so much time trying to make sure everybody else's future is secure, everybody else is doing well while you're not doing well. That ain't gonna work for me. Now, how about we get you into wellness, a total wellness, and then you can give out of your overflow versus just out of your need. Now, Daily Motivations for African American Success by Mr. Dennis P. Kimbrough. Daily Motivations for African American Success by Mr. Dennis P. Kimbrough. All right, beautiful people, man, I want to get right into this subject today. And we're going to be talking about here on the Black Money and Power Show and how Uber and Lyft, how my Uber experience changed my life. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this, again, as I mentioned earlier, for those that missed it, is that I'm starting to see, when I look at my community, the Black community particularly, obviously this is what I'm talking about. When I look at the Black community, you know what I see? I see, and this is probably across every community, but I'm going to talk about my community. I see a whole bunch of followers. I'm talking about a whole bunch of people who just want to be led. And I want you to understand that most of us are being led to the slaughter because many of us simply won't take the mantle and say, you know what, I'm going to lead. And so we just follow. And so when something takes place and when something comes down the pike and this is good for one person, we start trying to be a part of it too. And we see this a lot now. I'm going to go here because it just don't matter to me. I mean, I just want, somebody got to tell the truth at some point. We see a lot of it taking place with network marketing, right? That's the thing, right? The people who start the company, right? They get the thing going. They bring in their friends. And then they say, okay, what do we need to do? And I'm gonna tell you what they say. They say, man, if we get the people of influence, now who's the people of influence? The people of influence are Black folk. If we get the people of influence to buy into what we're doing, we'll get rich while they're still struggling to try to make ends meet. And this is what happens in network marketing. Because if you're not in at the beginning, you probably ain't gonna make that much money. Okay, let's just keep it real. Unless you know how to what? Build a network, and you also know how to market, which most people don't know how to do. Most people don't know how to build a network, and most people do not know how to market. Okay? Now, I'm not going to talk about network marketing today. I'm just using it as an example of how we just jump onto some bandwagon, and we just follow. Instead of leading from the place that God has given us, say, hey, here's where you are to make your difference. And because we don't take time to figure that out, we are being tossed to and fro. We got a little thing in our mouth, like a little horse, and they just bring us this way and we go that way. They bring us this way and we go that way. So my Uber experience, and again, Uber is one of those things that many people are flocking to. It's not just Black people, but many people are flocking to. But I want you to understand, like, although it's cool to as a little quick influx of income, and not even some right now money, man, when you do the math, everybody putting down, so do the math. When you do the math, you be like, wait a second. Oh, this is a gag, right? When you do the math, I'm not talking about that. So I was in a position very similar to many people, right? Where you're like, man, I need to make some money. At this particular time, I had just moved My business was wasn't as flourishing as much as it is now. And I figured I didn't have a car, or my car was going bad. So I was like, I got to get a new car. And if I'm going to get a new car, then I want that car to pay for itself. This is how I think. I'm not going to get something unless it's going to pay for itself. I want to become an asset. So one of the easiest ways for me to get a car was to actually sign up for Uber and then use the car to drive for Uber, right? Y'all still do that. I think that still is available. People can rent cars or lease cars or whatever. So I decided to do a lease, right? Because the lease was going to be through my business. And guess what? I can write it off. Okay. So it's a business expense. And so I started doing Uber probably 2.5 years ago. I did it for about 6 months. But then as I was doing it, I started noticing some stuff. Number one, I would take Uber. I go out in the morning, before traffic, because I hate traffic. So I try to Uber anytime there wasn't traffic, unless they was paying some stupid rates. This is back when they used to do the surge, 2X, 3X, 4X, something like that. You may give you a quick little money. But even that, I realize it's peanuts. But anyway, so I would go out in the morning, come back after when traffic started, to go back out in the afternoon for lunch rush, right? Come back and then go back out like in the evening. And I would do this because now I was chasing money. And I want you guys to understand, like, there's a level up that takes place in your life when you stop chasing money. I'm in a position right now, and I don't know who else. Is there anybody else in a position where you realize chasing money is not what's up? You realize that you don't even have to chase money because you attract it to yourself when you become an attractive person. And so this is one of the philosophies, principles. This is one of the law of attraction. This is one of these things that as you level up in understanding and application, which is wisdom, then you really start to flow on a whole nother plane. You start to flow in the land flowing with milk and honey because it's always flowing into your life. But see, many of us get caught in the race of chasing money to be able to pay our bills, not realizing that, man, this is just a test to see if I'm going to continue on in the process of leveling up spiritually, leveling up emotionally, leveling up psychologically, right? And when you do that, I believe, and I don't know, you guys help me out. Some of you guys have experienced this, some of you guys haven't. I don't know. I'm talking to people that they don't really get this. Some people do. I don't know. But I believe that when you level up, right, first spiritually, when you level up emotionally, in other words, what I'm saying is when you take full responsibility and you stop saying, you know what, I went off because, that's just how I am. No, you went off because you don't know how to control your temper. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you take control, when you take the power back from your emotions, you take the power back from your thought processes. You take the power back, or you actually harness, or you accept, or you receive the power of the Spirit, and I believe only then do you really get real revelation, right? Real enlightenment, the point where you once was blind, but now you see. And I understand that scripture because I've been through it. I once was blind, but now I see. And many people are still blind, and you can't open their eyes. They got to go through the same process. They got to go through that fire like Daniel did. They got to go through the 40 days in the desert like Jesus did. They got to go through these tests, and only they can go through it for themselves. And then they probably had the same conversation I'm having today, that I once was blind, but now I see. Okay. Empress said, well, the only way I approve working for Uber is if you're a full-time college international student. Exactly. Well, I'm not going to say I can't go that far. I think that I believe that it's nothing wrong with Uber or Lyft. What I'm saying is you will be stuck doing that if you don't develop a plan. See, I could develop the plan. I said, well, here's my plan. I'm doing this because of this. Here's what I'm getting out of it. I'm getting a car. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually I was able to move away from Uber, even though I still had the car, because at that time, as long as you paid your lease, they didn't care. Right? I think now they care. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to keep going on with the point. So I was doing Uber just like, many people today. There's nothing wrong with it, right? It's nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is it should only be temporary. It should only be temporary. And if you are doing Uber Lyft, if somebody watches this at any point in time in the future, ask yourself, how much longer am I going to be doing? Or am I going to be doing it? And do I have a plan? Now, here's what happens. What happens is you work all these hours. I mean, you drive all these hours. And then at the accumulation of all the hours over all the days, you look at that check and you be like, yeah, okay, cool. My little $300, $400, maybe $500, I don't know. Check. I don't remember. I think I was making $400 a week, something like that. But that was not, that's really not what I was making. Okay. That's what the check said. But that's not really when I factored in my expenses, what I really made. Because the biggest thing is the gas. Oh my goodness. If I make $400 in a week, but I spend $250 in gas, I only made $150. And then if I got to take that $150 and got to pay for the car that I'm driving, what did I make? Nothing. Uh-oh. Whoa. Yeah. How much, if you drive an Uber right now, how much are you paying in gasoline alone per week? $150, $200, right? It's about $30 per tank to fill up. You got to fill up just about every day. 30 times 5 is at least $150. Oh, yeah, I did some math, baby. It's about $150 per week at least to drive for Uber. And if you take the $150, mine it from your $400 check that you get, your $500 check, it don't matter what the amount is. Now you less that. But it feels good. And this is the employee mentality. It feels so good when I get a check. Because obviously I can use that check to be able to pay for my bills or whatever. But I'm telling you, I was like, wait a second, I'm still behind. I got paid, but I'm still broke. And this is the cycle of job, just over broke. Yeah, you got paid after 40 hours of work. Yeah, you got paid after 80 hours of work. But if you factor in everything it cost you in order to get that check, you realize you're still behind. And that's why you can never come up. So yeah, you got enough just to keep going. But shit, who wants to just, I'm asking this question to you today. Who here is saying, you know what? It's 2019, the end of a decade. I'm about to go into 2020. And you know what? All I'm concerned about at this point in time is surviving. I'm telling you, I left survive mode a long time ago. I said, you know what? Forget just surviving. It's time to thrive. Everybody put a console thrive. It's time to thrive. So do you get it back when you deduct it no, you don't get it all back. You can write some of your gasoline off. Yeah, you can write some of the gasoline off, but remember, you're still getting a check. You're still getting a check, right? So you can write it off but who wants to wait? Think about this. I don't want to wait until April or March to get some of my money back because I needed that money then. I had bills to pay, right? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. I had bills to pay then. So yeah, great. I can write it off and get some of my money back. Maybe 33 cents to the mile, something like that, right? Because you don't get money back for your gas. You get money back for your mileage, not the gas you spent. So don't think you can get money back for your gas. You get money back for the mileage. All right. And who knows at what rate per gallon or per, you know what I'm saying, whatever that you get back. So yeah, you can get back for mileage, not for gas. All right. So here's where it clicked though. Here's what happened for me. When it really clicked, I was like, wait a second. You know what I'm saying? So this is when Uber Eats started. And then they were doing delivery. I was like, wait, because I used to drive for Domino's. So it was cool. Like I like driving. So that's why I didn't have a problem doing Uber. I actually like driving. And then in my mind, I was like, shoot, I get paid to drive. That's cool too. I can do that. I like meeting people. That's cool too. Right? So now I don't think it's 50 cents per mile. I don't know. That's a tax question. I don't know. Somebody, Prosper Regina is here. She can probably tell us. It depends on probably what your state is too. I'm not quite sure. So Uber Eats came out. And so now Uber has become the go-to delivery resource for any company, not just having delivery drivers that you have to hire at your pizza establishment. Now they can come in and you can get delivery through this app for whatever business they need, where they want to add delivery to their offering. So I remember going to, I'm in Atlanta. So I went to downtown Atlanta for Uber Eats to a place called the Great American Cookie Company. And when I got there, I picked up 3 cookies. It was 3 cookies. I'm like, who the hell that ordered 3 cookies? I'm thinking to myself, am I really picking up 3 cookies to go deliver? Yes. Right? So I took them 3 cookies and I had to deliver that thing over to Emory University. This is a prominent school, rich white and Asian, not Asian, or Indian kids kind of go to in their facility, in their dorms. I delivered to their dorms. And the price of the cookies with delivery was about $23. And I was like, wait a second. Did this person, whoever it is, just order 3 cookies from the Great American Cookie Company to get it delivered 15 or 20 miles away, and they paid $23 when they could have went to the right up the street to Kroger and got them 15 bags of cookies? Right then I said, wait a second. People are willing to pay this much money to get something to deliver. They're willing to pay this much money for convenience. And that's when my mind went to another point. I said, wait a second. If they're willing to pay this much for 3 cookies, well, damn it, don't I got something that they'd be willing to pay for me to deliver? And that's when the shift began to happen, where I moved from Ubering people, or Ubering for Uber, or lifting people, or lifting for Lyft, and I started Ubering for my damn self. I started Ubering my own products and taking them all across and I started with, let me tell y'all, let me see if I can find it real quick. I sure wish I could find it. I can't find it right now. It ain't back here. I started with True Detergent. And what I did was I said, man, everybody uses detergent, right? Everyone uses detergent. And all I got to do is let them know I got free delivery. This is where I got started. I got free delivery for the detergent. I sure wish I could show y'all the bottle right now. It sure would be nice. But y'all know what the bottle look like, hopefully. If y'all want me to go get the bottle, let me know. It's going to take me a second. But y'all want me to go get the bottle because that might be nice. You know what? I'm going to get the bottle. 1 second. I got to go show y'all. Don't go nowhere now. All right. So get the bottle. Say get the bottle. That's what I'm talking about. So what I did was I said, okay, I got hooked up with a black-owned company, and it was detergent, right? True Detergent, right? And I got cases of detergent, and I put my ad out there and said, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's washing weekend, like today. It's a super Sunday, great day to wash your clothes. It's washing weekend. Do you need some detergent? If so, man, we got this new detergent, black owned, man. I'll deliver it, right? Because why was I gonna do free delivery? Because I had so much profit. It was so much profit to me just delivering it or just getting it to it, and I need to get the product into their hands. So I was literally delivering, Ubering or lifting my own product. At that time was detergent across the whole metro Atlanta area. Anywhere inside of 285, I would go, right? But I was making so much money, right? And then what happened was I had people, I was making so much money, I had so much business, I had to employ other people. I had to put them on and say, hey, I don't want to come all the way up to Marietta, which is about an hour north of where I am. Why don't you work the Marietta area? And then I said, I don't want to go all the way west. I don't want to go to Six Flags. I don't want to go to Douglasville. So I found somebody in Douglasville, and I said, why don't you work this area? So I literally created a distribution system in my local area and abroad, because it spread out to Tennessee. I had people in Tennessee. I had people in Birmingham, Alabama. I had people in New Jersey. I had people in Texas. Like it ain't no, I know how to create distribution. And I said, listen, I ain't going all well, but you can make money doing the same thing. And I learned how to duplicate myself. So now we had True Detergent all over the place, and we just delivering, Ubering, lifting our own product. Now, a beautiful thing about it is that not only do we Uber our own product, not only do we get our own product into the hands of other people, but we keep 100% of the profit. Now ask yourself this. If Uber is willing to pay you, let's just say $5 for you to pick somebody up and take them somewhere, how much do you think Uber is making per ride? Now, they're probably not making as much as you because they're not worried about the profit on the front end. They're worried about the volume on the back end. So if they can get 15 of you, you might make 5 in that same time span, but they're going to make 15x in that time span, right? They make 15x in that time span. And they're keeping man, I was just like, wow, they got people out here. They got a ride sharing company and they don't own no cars. Y'all got to take all the risk. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to hopefully like help some people think differently about what they could do. Now, here's something else that I would say. Because that changed my life. And once I did that, once I realized I could drive my own stuff. If I'm gonna work this hard, listen, if you're gonna work that hard for Uber, would you not work that hard for yourself? If you're gonna work that hard for paparazzi every day or every week or every Sunday, you blinging paparazzi, $5 jewelry, get your jewelry here. You're gonna work that hard for paparazzi and take 50 to 60%, 40%, 50 to 40% of the profit. Why not work that hard for yourself and get 100% of the profit? You're going to do it anyway. And so I'm trying to get Black people to understand that you already, many of you already have an entrepreneurship mindset. But you haven't really quite leveled up to where you say, you know what? Why the hell am I going to keep doing this for peanuts when I could be doing it for profit? When I could really be making some money. That's what I say. So if you're going to be paparazzi jewelry, start your own damn jewelry company. Why buy jewelry for $2.87 and then do all of this to sell it when you can buy it for $1 and do the same thing at $5? And so I started, you know what I started? I started this thing called Black Bazarazzi, right? I started this thing called Black Bazarazzi. I was like, man, I'm going to show Black folk that shit, we can sell our own goddamn jewelry. We can get it from the same place the paparazzi get. It ain't no different. Let me tell you something. It ain't no different. But in our minds, we think we got something special. In our minds, oh, they gave us an opportunity. Now, it's cool if that's where you start. So you can learn how to sell, you can network, you can meet some people, all that good stuff, right? Because, again, network marketing is all about what? Networking and marketing, okay? And most of us don't know how to do that. But I'm telling you, once you learn that stuff, you start saying, wait a second, I am settling for peanuts. I'm literally settling for peanuts. I'm settling for the scraps off of the table, right? I don't know. So we got Instagram to say, hey, they don't know how to apply it. Well, how can you say that? If they're doing it for someone else, they know how to apply it. We can't say they don't know how to do it. They may not have thought about doing it for themselves. They may not have thought about, man, wait a second, right? But they know how to do it because they're doing it. So we can't say that they don't know how to do it. They're just doing it for someone else. It's just like saying, hey, I don't know how to work. Well, yeah, you do know how to work. You're working for somebody else, right? So you do know how to work. You may just not believe that you can do it. You may not have the right connections just yet. You might not have the plug, whatever the case may be. But you absolutely can do it if you're already doing it. So we can scratch that excuse right out the books because you're already doing it. Felicia said this. She said, hey, I've been doing rideshare for an entire year, and my fear was to work 100% for myself. Now I see I can work for myself and not depend on a job. Now I'm putting a plan to phase out driving and more on my business. I don't pay much for gas. BJ's is $2.19 or less a gallon. They have a discount gas for their customers. So you're doing it wisely. That's no problem. Again, there's no hate on Uber or whatever. I mean, whatever. Do what you got to do. What I'm saying is, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? Or is the plan Uber? Because here's the problem. Here's the problem when your plan is anything other than yourself. You can be terminated. You can be released. They can go out of business. And when they go out of business, you're out of business. How many guys know some people who joined a network marketing company? Their plan was to get rich with this network marketing company. And then 2 years later, that network marketing company went out of business. See, you're giving up too much of your power, too much of your control, too much into something else. Now, let me share some solutions with you. Because I'm not a person that talks about the problem too much. I stopped doing that a long time ago too. I started talking about, well, here's what some things that you can do. I showed you what I did. I started with a product, one product that I know everybody could use. Everybody washes their clothes, and all I need to do is figure out how I can get them to wash their clothes with my stuff, right? If you're gonna do Uber, if that's what you do, well, why the hell would you not have something like this? Air freshener in the car, right? Mango twist, vanilla pineapple. Spray it in your car. And in that way, when people get in your car, these customers that are Ubers, they get in your car and say, ooh, what's that smell? You can say, oh, that's something that I sell. Everybody putting down so something that I sell. Everybody putting down so something that I sell. Ooh, what's that smell? Oh, that's something that I sell. Oh, here is this little bottle is called Mango Twist. It's an air freshener for the car, your home or your office. Right? And you can spray it down in the corners and you're going to get the same sensation. It's only $5. Would you like to get a bottle today? Now, if you did this while you're driving Uber, while you're picking up, now not only are you doing the Uber thing, but you're capturing 100% of the profit with your own damn product. Oh, don't shout me down because I'm preaching good, because I know what I'm talking about when it comes to getting this money. And most people don't want to have a conversation about getting this money. Ooh, what's that smell? Hey, that's something that I sell. Would you like to buy something today? It's only $5. Matter of fact, we got a good deal going on right now. While you're in the car, you're going, I want you to try these other 4 little smells I got, and then you can pick up 5 for $20. Now, what do? You carry a box like this, boom, bam, you put it in your trunk, and then you get your little carrying bag, right? That can go on the back seat of the little headrest, right? So that way, when the people get in the back, all they do is see your product. Boom, boom. They're like, what's that? Oh, that's my air freshener. Go ahead and smell some. I got the sweet. I got it on my right side. My passenger side is my sweet smelling scents. On my driver's side, in the back, right on the headrest, you got a little thing that can carry something or whatever, can hold something. That's my clean scents. Do you prefer fruity or clean? And now you can be selling your product while you're Ubering. Now, I'm telling you, you want to know how you get free? That's how you get free. $5 at a time. $20 at a time. You're like, damn. And then you're going to realize, damn, Uber paid me after all these, whatever. How many miles you drive a week, Felicia? If you're doing it for a year, probably 70 miles a week, 50 miles a week. I don't know. For all these miles that I put on my car, and Uber paid me $350. Damn, look how much I sold of my product. And I paid myself $350. That's how you double up. That's why I tell people, man, hey, it's nothing wrong with a job. Have a full-time job and start a part-time business until your part-time business out profits your full-time job. And then you begin to switch. You say, okay, well, now I got a full-time business and a part-time job. So now I just do Uber on the weekends. Because now my business is thriving because I got all these customers. And then while they was in my Uber car, and they got my card, while I was in Uber car, they got my smell. And here's the thing about smell. The thing about smell is it don't leave. Once you smell something and you like it, you want to smell it some more. You're like, oh my goodness, this smells so good. Oh Lord, I'm down to my last little bit. Where's that card I was looking for? I gotta get me some more of this smell good. But see, when you don't have a plan, and I'm giving away free game today. You know why I'm giving away free game, Mr. Official Empress? You know why I'm giving away free game, Miss Jacqueline Mankins Golden? You know why I'm giving away free game, Miss Rhonda Roberts? You know why I'm giving away free game, Miss Felicia Gardner? Because 95% of the people won't do it anyway. It doesn't matter. It can be the best idea. It can help people free themselves forever. I could have freed more slaves if only they knew they were slaves. So it don't matter. It's plenty of free information out here, and people don't do nothing with it anyway. So that's why I give away free game, because it don't matter. Most people simply won't go do it. They won't go say, okay, where can I get some of that smell good? Let me call you right now. Oh, we're going to set this thing up. We're going to get this thing started. Right? They're gonna get this thing started. So while you're doing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm literally just giving you a roadmap to free yourself. I don't know who's gonna take advantage of it. Right? I don't know who's gonna do it. I'm just letting you know that would be pretty damn smart. Okay, I mean that would be pretty wise if you want to free yourself, if you want to work on your time, if you want to do what you want when you want, and can't nobody say nothing to you because you can pay your way through whatever you want. If everybody put it on, so black wealth is a black choice. Black wealth is a black choice. So can I say more like 20,000, right? I don't know. I mean, I'm just, so Felicia said, I keep my car clean and nice and smelling nice, and riders always compliment how nice it smells. I tell them about my air freshener and I get customers every day. I use the ride sharing platform to promote, sell my products. That's smart. You've been paying attention, Felicia. I'm on the path of moving out of driving and working for my business more. Now I can truly work for myself. I'm putting my plan together, right? Rhonda Red said, I've seen that. Okay, that's something that I sell, right? Right? Black wealth is a black choice, man. That's over at Instagram. Kenan said more like 20,000. Felicia said, hey, I do pretty good selling my air freshener in my car. My daughter do it at her job. I'm on it. Trust. I do Uber and Lyft mostly on the weekend. Soon I'll stop completely. Right? And again, guys, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Uber or Lyft. That's not what I'm saying. Hopefully you don't get that message. I'm simply saying, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan for whatever it is that you want to be in life? And in that plan, you begin to put together strategies in order to get there. Like I just gave you a strategy. It's just a strategy. Most, you don't have to do that. You can do something else. I'm just giving you something that's very simple to do. You're driving anyway. Why not have something that smells good? Makes sense to me. I don't know. So what happened for me is I said, wait, they're going to pay this much for me to deliver some damn cookies. I start getting people to pay for me to deliver stuff to them. So I do stuff. I might put something out like this book bag, right? Let me find a little place for this so I can keep on talking. All right. So I got my little black pack, right? So my black pack is out now. Of course, I'm gonna be out there selling today, right? Boom, bam, right? Got my little black pack. Don't you know? You know what I'm saying? If it's somewhere 5 to 10 miles, I'll deliver it for free. Why? Because I get 100% of the profit. But if it's outside of 5 to 10 miles, you want me to deliver it, which I will do. Guess what? There's a delivery fee. And guess who gets to capture that? Me. And I ain't got to split it with nobody. So you want me to deliver? You stay in Douglasville. I don't know if I'm coming all the way out to Douglasville. But if I do, $10 for me to deliver it, right? Or we can ship it. Whatever you decide. It's still going to be about $10 whether I deliver it or I ship it. Doesn't matter. But see, I don't mind going to Douglasville if you pay me, because there might be some other customers out there. While I'm out there, they see my marketing. They see me pull up with the thing on my car. They be like, oh, you got some oils. I might make some other money while I'm out there. Might find some new money, some new customers. It don't matter to me. I'll go where people pay me. Okay? So the black pack is something I have. It's more I have so many products now because my mind changed. I changed the way that I thought. I said, man, this ain't making sense. I still feel broke, although I'm getting paid. How many guys feel that way? Let me say that again. I still feel broke, although I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid every week. I'm getting paid every 2 weeks. I'm getting paid on a consistent basis, but I still feel like I'm broke. You know why? Because it's really peanuts. I'm trying to tell you, it's peanuts. It helps get you through. It helps you get by. It helps you to make it another day. But it's not putting you in a position that you can really make real progress financially. Now, here's the reason why I say that. Now, some of you guys might say, well, you know what? No, listen. You can only reduce your expenses so much. And most of you guys have already established these types of expenses that you have, and it's really difficult for you to reduce them. Like, you know, this is where you live. In order for you to move, it's going to cost you too much. In order to give up this house that you got or whatever it is you got. This is the car you drive. I mean, it's the only thing you could qualify for at the time. So this is the car that you have. This is the car note that comes with it. This is the insurance. Y'all, there's things you don't really control. So I can tell you to reduce your expenses, but that's really like telling a skinny man to stop eating. Like, you done got it. You ain't gonna say you can't reduce anymore, but I shift my focus. I don't talk to people about reducing their expenses anymore. I still think it's important. It's a part of the equation. But I realize that limiting your expenses is limited. You can only reduce so much. Would you agree? But on the flip side, when I get you to change the ways you think, and you start thinking about reducing and you start thinking about increasing, and you say, wait a second, I can only reduce so much, but I can make as much as I want. And now your mind shifts to say, okay, well, what can I do to earn more money? And now you're on the unlimited side. Unlimited opportunity, unlimited possibility, unlimited income is available to you and I. So when I get you to switch, when I get black folk to switch from thinking about how they can reduce, which is limited, which is a somewhat negative connotation itself, into how can I earn as much as I want to earn, then you get into the space of unlimited. You get to a space of positive equity. You get to a space of increase. You get to a space of prosperity. You stop thinking about what you can't afford. You start thinking about how can I afford it. And so it's a shift in your psyche. It's a shift on what you think about. Are you thinking about what you're thinking about? It's unlimited on this side of the track. It's very limited on that side of the track. And society has done a good job of getting you to think about all the stuff that limits your thinking. Society has done a great job of getting you to think about all the things that limit your thinking. Everybody put a console unlimited. Today, I encourage you. I challenge you to go from limited to unlimited. I challenge you to go from limited to whatever it is, whatever those chains, whatever those bondage, and whatever that bondage is, whatever type of slavery you might be dealing with. Whether that be emotional slavery, you're a slave to your emotions. Whether that is psychological slavery, you're a slave to your thoughts. Whether that's financial slavery, you're a slave to the debts of others, right? Whatever you might be a slave at this morning, I'm telling you to break the chains and go from limited to unlimited. There's unlimited love. There's unlimited joy. There's unlimited wealth. There's unlimited income. There's unlimited ideas. There is a space of unlimited, and it's in the land flowing with milk and honey. But you won't get there because it's not somewhere that you go per se physically. It's somewhere that you go within. You go within. It's within. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. It's within. And if you continue to look outside of yourself for solutions, if you continue to look outside of yourself for resources, if you continue to look outside of yourself, when he said, you know what? I may leave you, but I leave you with something greater. And that's the spirit that you carry. There's nothing too hard for God. Matter of fact, he said this. He says this. He said, I will give you all that you dare to dream, think, or ask. He said, I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow you away with all that I want to put into your life, with the type of prosperity I want you to operate in. I'm gonna blow you away. Matter of fact, how many guys, sometimes you be like, dang, it's like you like, wow, God is so good. And you keep saying like every day, it's like, wow, he showed me something. He's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost as if he has to remind you how good he is. He has to remind you that he has a plan for you to prosper. I'm telling you, God wants you to be rich. Now, the human, limited, conditioned mind can't fathom being rich because it's so used to being poor, broke, busted, disgusted, poverty, whatever you want to be. It's so used to like not having enough. So it got comfortable over the 20, 30, 40 years of not having enough that it's hard to fathom that, wow, God wants me to be rich. Now, I want you to understand when I say rich, I'm not just talking about money. And that's the last thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about being rich in spirit. I'm talking about being rich in your psyche. I'm talking about being rich in your emotions. And all that stuff adds up to being rich in your bank account. Because you become such an attractive person. See, I understand now why people, listen, I have set up a whole system where I'm like, hey, all you got to do is go here and you'll make money. And you know what the people say to me? You know what they say? They say, no, I want to come with you. You know why they want to come with me? Because I become such a money magnet. They just want to get a little bit of it. And I'm like, hey, you can get a little bit of this, but that's still peanuts. I'm trying to get you to the point where you become so attractive that it don't matter where you go, people can't wait to give you their money. You're literally walking. Every step that you take is on the yellow brick road. And it's laced with gold. Everywhere you go, it don't matter. See, it don't matter if I'm in Atlanta. It don't matter if I'm in Antarctica. It doesn't matter. The people, wherever I go, they want to give me their money. Not because of nothing, because I don't trade something for nothing, because I got other things that's of value to them. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a decision. And it's a hard decision to make, I believe, sometimes, because the unlimited is also the unknown. Everybody putting down so unknown. You got limited to unlimited, but then you have the known to the unknown, and this is where the fear comes in. Well, I don't know that place over there. I don't know when the next check is coming in. I don't know when I'm going to get paid again. I don't know when that, but I know I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks. So I'd rather stay over here where I feel like it's secure, where it's limited itself, where I'm only going to get paid this much. It doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter how well I do. I know that this is what I'm going to get. And that's okay. If you want to live your life in the known, hey, just over broke, just do what you do. But I want you to understand that in the unknown, if you ever decide to travel to the dark place, and that's not dark like it's bad. It's just dark because very few go there. And you know why it's dark? Let me tell you why it's dark. It's dark because God wants you to bring your light and let it shine. Uh-oh. It's dark because we're waiting on you to bring your light and let it shine. Everybody put a console, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. See, I believe that song was so prophetic, and it put something in our psyche at a very young age, that this little light of mine. Now, here's the interesting thing about a little light. I mean, it could be the smallest little flicker. I mean, all you got is just a little bit. But in the darkest place, it brightens up the whole room. I mean, your light ain't got to be super huge. It ain't got to be a bonfire. All you need is just a little light. And I believe that I'm talking to people right now that got a little light. You got a little light, and you're ready to go to a dark place so you can let it shine. Right? You got a light. Now, here's the thing about the light. There's a couple things about the light. Too many of us, we take our light to places that are already bright. And in a place where your light is going to a place that's already bright, your light seems dim. This is why you don't think that your light is very powerful. You don't think that it's very vibrant, because you've taken your light to a place that's already shining bright, which makes it seem like your light is very dim. Although you're adding to the light, you're adding to the capacity, you're adding to just how far it can be seen. It seems small in comparison because now you're in a room with a bunch of big lights, a bunch of bright lights. Of course, your light looks small in a place where it seems like it's so bright. But when you decide to take your little light into the darkness, your little light into the unknown, your little light into the unlimited, your little light into the path that hasn't been blazed yet, man, your light shines bright. Your light shines bright. Hey, Official Empress Blues over at Instagram. We're going to lose you in 15 seconds. I only get an hour on Instagram. Hopefully, you've been blessed this morning. You said you understand perfectly so well that you just helped me understand my mother's and my sister's mentality. God bless you, sister. You can follow us on ERGJ Enterprise on YouTube or Facebook if you'd like to continue. So your light, your little light, can shine so bright in spaces where it's dark. Right now, I want you to think about some dark spaces in your life. Not just in your life, just in the world. And I want you to think about this for a second, because I believe that God has called you to shine your light somewhere. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share what area, what industry, what space you know God has called you to let your light shine. Obviously, for me, I can tell you very easily, and you guys know it. I've been called to help Black folk get out of debt and get rich, period. I know what I've been called to do. That don't mean that you've been called to do what I've been called to do. This is where I shine bright. This is where my light shines. But I believe that God has already told you where you're supposed to be. I believe he's already told you where your light's supposed to shine. Matter of fact, some of you guys I'm looking at in the comments, I know where you're supposed to be. But see, here's the thing about prophets or men of God or these angels that God has sent. They realize that they can't tell you, because if I tell you, you might not accept it. Because that's someone trying to tell you what to do as an adult, and in your mind is pride, ego, stuff like that. But when you discover it for yourself, or when it's indirectly spoken to you in some type of large crowd, you seem to accept that better. We seem to accept that better than when someone just flat out tells us, Felicia, yeah, this is where your light's supposed to shine. What? How you know that? I've been watching you. I've been studying. How long I got to be around you? In the comments below, what dark place? What area? And then dark, don't think of dark as negative. Dark is not negative. It's just dark. It's waiting on light. Where's your light supposed to be shining? I'm telling you, once you discover this, once you figure this out, I'm telling you, it's so much money, it's so much wealth, it's so much joy, it's so much peace. And the beautiful thing is, you won't be the only light shining, but your little light will shine. It's going to make the world a better place. Have you discovered? Have you listened? Have you been obedient? Will you be obedient to where God is telling you to let your light shine? God is leading you into the valley of the shadow of death, right? That's the dark place, the unknown. And although he leads you there, you shall not fear. God says to be of good courage. He tells you to be bold as a lion. He said, I got your back, your front, your side, your top, your bottom. And although I lead you into the valley of the shadow of death, you shall not fear. Be of good courage. Be strong and courageous. I got your front, your back, your side, your top, and your bottom. Here's a question that came up the other day. Only one person, but I guess y'all still thinking, you're like, where my light supposed to be shining? Lord, you got good with this one. I don't know where my light supposed to be. You don't know why not? Listen, yes, you do. Why will you not trust God? Ms. Baker says, education in the hair and beauty industry, right? Where should your light be shining? Where should your light be? This is where your wealth is, guys. This is where your abundance is. This is where you've been called. This is the difference that you've been called to make. And wealth is different for different people. You see what I'm saying? It's different. Your wealth could be just simply being out of debt and giving to the world all that you got until you pass away. It may not be $1 million. It may not be $1 billion. That may not be it for you. I don't know. Here it said health and wellness. Curry Payne said call to help people with information technology. Anybody else? Going to the dark. We're going to the valley. And God says, bring your light with you. Because your little light will shine. You got to trust him. You got to follow him. He said, I'll order your steps. You got to follow them. You got to follow. He's leading you. You got to follow the steps. You can't skip a step. You can't. It ain't like going to school. You can skip a grade. That ain't how it works. You ain't skipping no steps. Man, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Woo! So beautiful people, man, this is what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? I get an opportunity to help as many people. See, I get an opportunity to help as many people who want to be helped. As many people who want to be free. See, even Jesus couldn't save everybody. And he the greatest thing ever walked on this earth. He couldn't even save everybody. So we're dealing with the same thing today. You can't save everybody. I can't save everybody. God himself can't even save everybody. No, he can save everybody. He won't save everybody because everybody don't want to be saved. They won't save themselves. They won't get on the train. See, they'll get on the bandwagon, but they won't get on the bandwagon to wealth. They won't get on the bandwagon to success. They won't get on the bandwagon to prosperity. They won't get on the bandwagon to debt-free. They won't get on the bandwagon to peace. They won't get on the bandwagon to stress-free. They won't get on that bandwagon of love. They be hopping on bandwagons that lead them to poverty, that lead them to stressed out, that lead them to drama, that lead them to broke, busted, and disgusted. See, it's a choice. It's a choice. Please God, I'm sharing my light, your story through my voice of songwriting, sharing love. Absolutely. It's Felice again. April 25th, 2020, the third annual Black Billionaires Club. We will be opening up our time together with the songstress herself. I hope she has a special song that she writes specifically, finally, for the Black Billionaires Club. Can't wait for that. April 25th. Everybody congratulate Miss Felicia Gardner, who's accepted, who's been voluntold. She's going to let her light shine at the third annual Black Billionaires Club extravaganza, okay? People say, hey, I noticed there's no skipping steps, right? Kenyatta said health and body entrapment. Said, man, this is where my light supposed to shine. And you've been doing a good job of that, Kenyatta. I've been paying attention, you know? You serious about that thing. You know what I'm saying? You serious about it. You done transformed. You helped yourself. You transformed yourself. And now you can help other people. Now you're saying, now it's time for me to help other people transform themselves, their health, their body, to be as fit as possible, right? Good job. Good job. Jefferson, my light shines in places where people are in need of love, happiness, and positivity. Okay. My light shines in places where people are in need of love, happiness, and positivity. Okay. This little light of mine. I think the biggest thing I want you guys to take away, and I'm going to wrap this up, is that your light is supposed to shine in dark places. I really want you to get that. Don't shy away from the valley of shadow of death. Don't shy away from the shadows. Don't shy away from the dark places. And these dark places are not dark in reality. These are just dark places that are dark to you. They just feel a certain way to you. But once you get beyond your feelings and you say, you know what, no matter how I feel, or in other words, to say is nevertheless, everybody put in console, nevertheless, regardless of how I feel, the master told me to go here. Regardless of what I think, nevertheless, the master told me to do this. Regardless, or nevertheless. And see, this is what happens when you start operating with a nevertheless type of attitude. If this is what God told me to do, this is where he told me to be, this is where he's leading me, that's where I'm going, regardless of how I feel, whether it be fear or whatever, trepidation, anxiety, whatever. Nevertheless, even if you think that you know it all, nevertheless, he told me to do it again, I'm going to do it again. See, the nevertheless attitude, man, it leads you to abundance. We saw that with Peter, right? Peter went out fishing. He went out there and toiled all day and night. Toiled, worked hard. I mean, brothers or sisters, how many guys know what it's like to work hard? I'm talking about you don't put in a 16-hour day. You don't work hard. You don't went out there, tried to sell your stuff. Maybe it didn't get much traction. You don't work on the job 14, 16, 18 hours for a day. You know what toil is. Toil is long, hard work. Some of us don't know what the heck that is. We ain't worked hard a day in our life. But some of us know what long, hard hours work is. I remember when I was toiling, I was going after. This is when I was chasing money, by the way. I chased money. So I was like, man, I worked overnight at Quick Trip, right? I worked overnight. And then if they had an extra shift to pick up, I worked a day. And then I go to sleep and go back to work that next night. I would work double overtime, triple overtime. I was going after the money. I didn't realize, I didn't understand these things back then. I was going after, so I would work, I was overtime. I would work it as much as possible because I had a goal. And that's okay. You got a plan, you got to go. So we're talking about hard work, long hours, putting in the effort, and then to come back with nothing. Now, here's the thing. You tried, you put in the effort, it didn't pay off immediately. And then the master, and then the teacher, and then the mentor, and then the coach, and then the accountability partner, and then whoever says to you, after you don't work long, after you don't work hard, after you don't put in as much effort, every ounce of effort that you got, and you ain't came back with nothing. Then he tells you, go back out there. Try again. Now we know, black folk, we look at him like he crazy. You must be crazy. Don't you know I'm tired? I'm ready to go take a shower, get in the bed, go to sleep. I live to fight another day. I'm ready to go home. It's been long. And then the master, the teacher, the coach, the mentor, the accountability partner tells you, go back out there. And this time, I want you to go deeper. I want you to go further than you went before. Now, what's this about? Is it possible that God's saying that you only went as far as you knew to go, but you didn't really? Is it that he's saying, you know what? Listen to this. This is what I believe God said, and I think this is what he's saying right now. I think he said that you gave it your all. You gave it your all, but you didn't give it your best. Now, some of y'all might say, yeah, but wait a second. What? Yes, you gave it your all. All the energy, all the time, the long hours, the hard work. You gave it your all. Right? We talk about Uber and Lyft, right? You drove it. You gave it your all. You drove as much as you could drive. But you didn't give it your best. Now, how many guys, you understand what I'm saying? Like you worked that long hours, but you realize like that of that 16 hours, about 6 of those hours were really just like not working at all. You just kind of coasting. You gave it your all, but you didn't give it your best. So now I need you to go back out there, and I need you to go to the deep. Why do you got to go to the deep? Because in the deep, you got to try harder. You got to try harder. It's a lot harder to fish in the deep than it is in the shallow. What else happens in the deep? Well, in the deep, you can't really see the fish. See, in the shallow, you kind of see them swimming around. You might be able to pluck one up or something. I don't know. In the deep, you can't even see the fish, too. It's all you see is blue. Now you are operating off of faith. You're operating off of faith. You gave it your all, but you didn't give it your best. I'm operating out of faith when I'm in the deep. I can't see the fish. And for some of you guys, you got to get to a place where you can't see. And you got to rely on faith. You got to rely on vision. You got to rely on faith, for you can't see. So I can't see the fish. So I don't know where they're swimming. But the master told me to go to the deep. After I tried, I worked hard in the shallow. I gave my all, but I didn't give it my best. And then you say, you know what? I'm tired. Man, I'm beat. But nevertheless, don't matter how I feel, don't matter what I think. If the master told me to go back out here to the deep, I'm just going to go back out to the deep. What the hell? Nevertheless, since you said it, teacher, since you said it, master, since you said it and I trust and believe you, I'm going to go back out there. And I ain't going to the shallow. I'm going to go as deep as I can go where I can't see nothing. And I'm just going to I'm going to drop the nets and I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. Does anybody want to tell me what happened when Peter did this? When Peter said, nevertheless, regardless of how I feel, women, regardless of how I think, men, I'm going back out here and I'm going to actually give it my best because it's going to take my best in the deep. And guess what happened? Peter caught so much fish. And fish is another word we can look at that as money for Peter because that's that he equates that to food and money. Right? It's a trade, it's a commodity, it's a product, it's a food. They got so much food, sustenance, and money, wealth, prosperity, abundance, that they had to call another boat. Come on, man, it's more over here in the deep. We need to pull up more, put it on your boat. It cost so much they had to call in reinforcements to help them carry their spoils back to the shore. Now, I don't know who we're talking to this morning or who might catch this replay. But there's some of you who know that you have not given it your best. There's some of you who know that you've been in the shallow for way too long. Another word for shallow is you know that you have been a babe on milk when you should be, at this point, you should be feeding yourself steak. It's time for you to go to the deep. It's time for you to start establishing deeper relationships. It's time for you to start giving deeper love. It's time for you to start experiencing where only you can go, where it's the deep. It's dark in the deep. It's unknown in the deep, but it's unlimited in the deep. And it's in the deep where you can let your little light shine bright. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share something that you learned today. I don't do this just to do this. I do this to make a difference. And I hope and pray that I've made a difference in your life today from something that you heard that might have sparked a thought, an idea. But really, hopefully it sparked you to do something. See, I just truly believe that, man, if you want your life to change, you got to change. If you want your life to get better, you got to get better. I want you to take full responsibility for your future. I'm simply asking you this simple question. Was this worth your time, no matter if it was 5 minutes or 45 minutes? Was today, this moment, this time that we spent together, was it worth your time? And why? Was it worth your time? And why? While you guys doing that, I'll share a few things with you guys because I know I talk faster than you type. We have solidified the 3rd annual Black Billionaires Club Extravaganza. That is particularly for members, for us to be able to meet up. But we do open it up to the public so you can taste and see that the BBC is good. I will in the next, I don't know, probably by the end of this month, we will have tickets that are available for people to get. We're going to start marketing early. We're going to do some unique things. As again, this is the 3rd annual one, so y'all know it's going to be off the chain. Woo! If y'all missed last year, woo, Lord, y'all know it's going to get better and get better and get better. I will say that one of my biggest goals, or one of the things we want to do this year, we want to find a way, we want to make sure we get Vivian Reed down here. So BBC members, and I don't know health-wise or whatever, Miss Reed, but yeah, my goal is to finally meet this Vivian Reed, Aunt Viv. So if we got to bring you down, we got to dang on drag you down, whatever the case may be. Vivian Reed is going to be in the house for the 3rd annual Black Billionaires Club Extravaganza. You can put that on my word. unless something happens to her, she just physically can't come. But yeah, this is the year. It's time. It's time. So on my word, I'm gonna some way, somehow, I don't know how yet, because that ain't how me and God work. God be like, yes, that's what we're gonna do. I'm like, okay, you show me how, and then eventually he just shows me how. But I already know Vivian Reed is coming. She's gonna make her appearance in the 3rd annual Black Billionaires Club extravaganza. Bring your tissue, okay? Bring whatever it is that you gotta do to the crowd. Don't bring no onions. Bring the tissue, because it's gonna be a special moment, okay? So that's what's going on now. We're gonna bring her down all the way from New York City. So I can't wait to finally meet this precious jewel, this little light. And here's also what happens with light, guys. As you think about candles, right? You may have a candle that's lit, and then that candle can pour into another candle and light that candle. And that candle that was used to light the other candle, its light is still shining bright. My question to you today is, on this Super Sunday, will you use your candle to light someone else's wick so their light can shine like yours? Okay. Please say, I got confirmation that my mindset and action is on the right track. BBC keeps me grounded with building my legacy. Our future looks so much brighter. Thanks, ERGJ, for all that you do. Anybody else? Was this worth your time, and why? Was this worth your time, and why? Other than that, guys, this week, pretty light week. We're going to tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll have on Monday, 7 o'clock, the Black Billionaires Club. New Black Wall Street Book Club. We got to get to chapter 9 of the Black Fortune. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at 7. We do have our investment club meeting at 9. We got Tuesday and Thursday for Black-owned business spotlights. And Wednesday is open for the BBC. So we're going to, Wednesday I'm on Ready Set Real Estate with Lisa Puerto. So that's what we got going on Wednesday. All right. So that's what's going on this week, guys. Graduate BBC for BBC, man. I got $20. All right, got you, Felicia. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. We will put together a Vivian Reed travel fund. I know she probably has she can't travel. It's probably more to do. Just make sure she's healthy enough to get here. So Miss Reed, Aunt Viv, get healthy. Whatever you gotta do, get healthy. Because we're gonna have a plum pleasing time Saturday, April 25th, 2020. Well, guys, I want to say thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. I just kind of go on when I go on now, whenever I feel moved, because I don't want it to sound the wrong way. I want you to understand what I'm saying, though. Where I'm at in my plane is I'm in a God space. And in the God space, time is eternal, right? So this is why it's hard for people to understand. Like when I'm up, I go to work. When I get tired, I go to sleep, because I'm not on the same time that the average human is on. Yes, there's day and night in our world, but to God, it's eternal. It's eternity. So that's how I operate. I up when I up. So it could be 3 a.m. It don't matter, because I've freed myself from the constraints of a societal thing called you will get up in the morning, go to bed. No, that's not how I operate. So, but most people can't get that. So I don't know. I just go on when I get on, and then whatever, so I do have stuff that's scheduled, but a lot of stuff is I like to do impromptu, because that's when I'm feeling like I got a message to share. Okay. Monday exercise class, Sir Margaret Hagen. Yeah, absolutely. Sir Margaret got his thing as well. Absolutely. What you do, amen. Thank you. My pleasure, man. All right, my beautiful people, man. Hey, it's a Super Sunday. I will tell you this: the church folk in a given mood, and I'm gonna be out there. I put a little event together today. I'll be out there. We got like 34 tickets acquired, which is kind of, it's insane. This is a made up event, by the way. 34 people got tickets. I said, wow. I guess we're gonna see at least 3 of them, because only 10% people show up when it's free. But yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do today. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get rich today. I'm gonna get rich like the pastor getting rich. I think I've done my offering, right? I give my offering this morning for the last hour and a half. Now I can go out there and I can work, and I get paid. Gotta make me $500 today. That's my goal. I'll let you guys know how. I already made 80. So somebody came by and picked up some sheets this morning. I made money where everybody was asleep. So I'm 80 up. So I got $420 left to go. The countdown begins. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.